Welcome back to the shop and part 2 of Flip or Flop. Today what I'm going to be doing is focusing on the outside aesthetics. At the junkyard I picked up a new right rear taillight because the current one on the car is busted. The wheels, well, they look like just not great at all. I mean, they're terrible. Like, could somebody have washed these at least once in the past? I don't know. There's a bunch of curb rash, there's a lot of brake dust, so we're going to try cleaning them, see how they look, and then if they don't look all that great after cleaning them, I bought 2 cans of Rust-Oleum wheel high performance coating. This stuff in kind of a metallic silver, because I think it'll be a relatively close match, even if not perfect. It will be better. Then we're going to be moving on to the headlights, or starting with the headlights I should say, because I've got them here on the workbench. These headlights, while they aren't the worst headlights I've seen, I can probably put a headlight counter up here for how many times I say headlight. Whoever guesses wins. Drop down in the comments, of course. These headlights have been, I think, clear coated because there's something peeling off of them, and it's not what I've normally seen from yellowing or fogging headlights. Somebody tried to restore them or did just a quick whick with a spray gun to make them look better. Is just chipping off. And I've never seen that before, so I don't think that's normal. I think that's from whoever worked on this last. So I've got a couple of thoughts here. I could either start with plastic polish. So I've got some Griot's plastic polish, however you say that. I've got a 3M heavy-duty restoration kit, and I've got a stack of sandpaper. I think this starts at about 1,000 grit and goes up from there to 3,000. I could start with that and see if we can make this look better to get the car out of my garage. In fact, let's start with the easiest one of them all. We're going to go with an orange pad and the plastic polish and see what happens. I'm going to start by just trying to pick this loose stuff off of the edges that's flaking off. I totally think somebody just clear coated these because this is covered in what I believe is clear coat up here too. And at the end of the day, this might be what I have to do as well if I can't get them to look as nice as I'd like. You want to get polish all over me. Yeah, that's not going to touch whatever this coating is. We're going to have to get a bit more aggressive with it, which means we're going to have to jump right into the 60, or should we jump straight into 40 grit? I'm not so sure. How about go to this pile over here. We grab some 1,000 grit. This will certainly break it up. Now, I know this isn't ideal to use this type of a pad, but without having to go into my other toolbox and dig out a bunch more sandpaper, this is what I have right offhand. We'll see how it starts off. I am going to sand this wet, though, so I need to get some water. Well, after 2.5 hours of sanding, I got all the clear coat off and I got it to look pretty darn good, I think. Here is one headlight for reference. You can see all the stuff chipping off of here. Here is the headlight that's done. So this is all the way up to 3,000 grit, and then I used the Griot's plastic polish and some hydrosilex spray on fake ceramic coating. I think it looks pretty good. It'll look really good on this $500 car. So now, I don't think that the 3M thing kit is going to be good for taking all of this stuff off. So I did find one piece of 400 that I had cut off of something else ages ago. And my helper's out here.
I finished school, so now I can help.
So now I can take a break and he can get to sanding on this one. That's so bad. Ugh. After bringing both headlights up to 3000 grit, this driver's side seems to have turned out really well. Using the 3M kit, I'm pretty impressed with it. I do wish that there were more gradients between the different layers. It went 500, 800, 3000. So we did use some of our own sandpaper to mix in so that it was a slower cut. But that headlight turned out really good. The one that I did with all my own paper turned out okay. I think that it still looks really good though. Like when side by side for a car this age, almost, I mean, we're 18 years old, looks good. So next up is the headlight clear coat. I did take these past 3000 using the Graia's polish, which brought a nice clarity to them. The instructions call for just taking it to 3000 and then putting the clear coat on. So we'll see what happens with this. I'm going to put the clear coat. It says to apply one packet to both headlights, let it dry 5 to 15 minutes, and then one packet to both headlights, and then wait an hour. It does say to wear gloves. It says also to not unfold this, but to just wipe it straight on. Wow. That looks freaking amazing already. I don't know what's in this magic packet, but it's doing its job. All right, one. And two. Okay, now we'll let that sit. This one does look kind of streaky. I'm going to try to see if I can improve that at all. Hopefully I didn't overtouch it. I don't know. We'll leave it. Leave it. We'll come back to it. Well, here's our wheel. You can see it's a little grimy. And here's our after. The silver paint did some nice work on here. Let me show you how we got to this point. We started off with a really thorough scrub with a Scotch-Brite pad and wheel cleaner, plus some drill attachments to get us going.
Alright, so while they finish up sanding down the rest of the tires, I'm going to take the center caps and sandblast them to get off all of that little extra coating so that it's nice and even for what we're painting.
Welcome to our paint booth. My side yard full of rusty steel and car parts and bike parts and everything else. Here's how we're painting the wheels, using a little bit of plastic on the outside and some old business cards on the inside. We took the air out of the tires this time though, because it was a lot harder to get the business cards in there with it full of air. With it emptied out, not a problem. They slide right in really nicely.
Yeah, right in here and stuff is like really bad.
That's after you already started cleaning too.
That's just the vacuum over here. It's like literally mud.
Oh yeah. We'll have to hit that with some water, I think.
Yeah.
It's looking better already.
Yep.
I'm just watching.
There was just all of a sudden something on the left side of my head, and I was like, what is that?
Well, that thing cleaned up really well. Just got back from another test drive, making sure everything is ready to go. We need to get the shocks done in the next video. The video after that will be when we go to sell it. I really do like the way the headlights turned out with that headlight restoration kit. It worked pretty darn good. Now, I did one headlight where I used my own sandpaper and broke it down as far as I could. It really made a big difference when I used the sandpaper that came with the restoration kit. That worked much better. The clear coat went on really well, just a slight bit of streaking. But once it dried, it looks good. The interior, it smells good, looks good, feels good. Everything about that is working out really nice. I can't believe I was fortunate enough to find this car for $500 by accident. I really believe somebody else is looking out for me on this because there's no way I would have done that on my own. Take a look at the merch we got down below. Like, subscribe, comment. You guys keep this channel going with all your feedback and all your love. I really do appreciate it and look forward to seeing you on the next one.